Hello, everyone. We are live.
We are live. Good morning.
I think we're live.
Yeah, I
It's
think
always
so.
a little tough to tell.
Yeah,
don't
you,
you
you
think?
never know.
No, you don't.
It's just all a mystery.
We just actually trust in the gods of technology.
That's true.
We
Yeah,
pushed a button and we hope to heck that you're all there.
that's right. Yes, exactly.
And we don't want to add graphics to our live videos.
No,
Thank
we
you,
don't.
Facebook.
Yeah. No graphics.
No
We're graphic enough.
We are definitely graphic enough. Well, jeepers, this is like the last. No, this is not the last. This is the second weekend in May, and it is Mother's Day, isn't it? Have I got that
Yes,
wrong?
Mother's Day is Sunday.
Yes,
So
yes.
I guess you would say it's the second weekend. I was
Well,
just,
that's what they say that Mother's Day is supposed to be.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, last Sunday was May 1st, so I don't.
It's not a
really,
real weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, it is Mother's Day this weekend, right?
I think so.
Okay,
yes,
the
it's
reason
Sunday.
that I don't know is
Yeah.
because my mom's passed on, and of course
Yeah.
I think about her, but
Yeah.
Mother's Day has never been like a thing. When I came from Holland, it wasn't a thing, and so I
Right.
wasn't really so
Yeah.
used to it. And
Yeah.
of course we got used to it when
Yeah.
we were here. But it's I'm not so keen on a lot of the holidays that are made up by the Hallmark company.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, and I'm not a mom, so Mother's Day, even though I do have a mom, but Mother's Day
Never
really
was for you.
isn't a big thing.
Yeah,
So
that's not funny. I remember having Mother's Day, and I had kids, and there was no time when my parents or parents-in-law wished me a happy Mother's Day.
hmm
It was always, I'm waiting for you to
Yeah,
wish
that's
me
right.
a happy Mother's
Wish
Day.
me a happy Mother's Day. You do all the work, invite me over. On the
Oh, that's
radio
so
this
funny.
morning, they were talking. It must be Mother's Day because we were talking about it on the radio this morning. And they have listeners calling in saying, what are you planning for Mother's Day? And the one woman called in and she said, I want to be by myself. I have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old.
That would have been so nice if
Want a
somebody had
free
offered
day.
that. Exactly. A lot of mothers go, I just don't want to be a mother for a day.
That's right. That's what she said. I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to do mom things.
I know. Everyone's different though, and we do all love our moms to
Yes.
with some degree, whichever it is
Yeah.
that's in your family. I mean, we love our moms because we're here. And
Yes.
thank you very much
Yeah.
for giving us that
That's
life.
right.
And
Yes.
it isn't easy to carry a baby to carry a baby, especially when our parents were
Oh, yes.
carrying babies.
Definitely.
Things a mother was carrying a baby. That wasn't so easy. So I
Yes.
always respect my mom for that amount, for sure. Sue Donnelly is here. She says
Hi.
here. Good to see you,
Trisha,
Sue.
good to see you.
And Renee
Yeah.
Lanza
From rainy Seattle.
Is it rainy there?
We actually have a bit of sunshine, but I don't
That's
think it's
probably-
going to last too long.
No, that's
today.
probably because in Seattle you just get a little bit more rain
Yeah.
than we get up here.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice to see you waving out the
Absolutely
window
waving.
at you.
Hi, Loretta.
Hello, Loretta.
And Ola Marley.
Good afternoon to you too. And Tricia says, Happy Mother's Day. Mothers are the best. That's right. And Loretta says it's the second Sunday in May. See?
Yes.
Oh, it's the second Sunday, not the second weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Loretta. That
Yeah.
clears that up nicely. Thank you. Katrina Middleton, good morning. And Karen Krause is
Karen
here.
Krause. Good morning, Karen.
It's good to see you.
Marcia. Hello. Sunny Texas. Dallas.
Wow.
Oh, 85. Wow.
And predicted to be 100 by Monday.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Okay, so I hope you have your air conditioner, really
Yeah.
cranked up and fixed.
Absolutely, yes.
Hello, Jennifer Gowan and Kathy Prater. Good afternoon to those of you who are in the afternoon. And if anybody is checking in from Australia or New Zealand, good middle of the night.
Yeah, that's right. Good middle of the night, exactly.
Oh, gosh. Well, Mother's Day sort of brings up, in me anyway, kind of like flowers and going out to restaurants and spring.
Yeah.
You're right. And I think the other thing that it brings up to me anyway was when I made anything to do with a gift for my mom, it was almost always stitching.
Mm-hmm.
At least
Yes.
when I started stitching,
Yeah.
after I started stitching. I remember giving her this little pillow that had a rose embroidered, no, sorry, it had a piece of Ada in the center of the pillow itself. The rest of the pillow was ivory damask material, and in the middle was this round circle that had all Ada in it, And in there, you could get a pattern and you could stitch this rose wreath and a Happy Mother's Day I put inside it. And she had that on her bed till she was 93 in the care home.
Oh,
She
aw.
would not let it go. And I thought, well, you know, gifts that are stitched are really precious to
Yeah.
people, particularly if they themselves have already done something like that, so they know what goes
Yeah,
into it.
absolutely.
Anyway, so I was really kind of,
Yeah.
I was remembering that this morning. Oh my goodness. Hi, Mom. You know, moms are like that. They kind of go emotional on you.
True. When my mom moved into her new place, she was going, I don't have any space for all these pictures, and she wasn't hanging a couple of the ones that I've given her.
Hmm.
And I said, well, if you don't want them, I'll take
them back. You've got space.
No. It's like, okay, well, you know.
You gave them to her. They're your precious gifts to her.
Exactly. I said, in that case, this one's going here.
Kathy, that's good. Marge Wees, hello from hot Florida. I bet it's hot there.
Maggie, yeah.
Diane Zamudio. I love that last name. It's very sonorous.
Yeah.
And you're in Texas, in sunny Killeen. Doesn't that sound like an Irish name? Killeen?
Killeen, yes.
Anyway, Carol M. Lamont. Hi, everyone. You girls look like Sunshine Spring.
Yep.
Thank you. We kind of feel like that.
Yeah, kind of.
There's been a little bit of sunshine all week, not that much, but
Not
enough
that
to
much.
give us. And outside my garden is unbelievably.
It is actually quite nice. Yes.
All the rhodos are starting
Yeah.
to open up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've got the magnolia open,
Yeah.
and we've got lilacs going like crazy right now. Tulips. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
It is amazing.
It is amazing.
What's yours like?
My garden?
Oh,
My husband's chomping at the bit to plant things.
oh,
and
he wants to plant veggies,
He wants
right?
to plant veggies, and I keep on saying, don't plant them yet, because it's been a little cool. I mean, we're not getting above in the double digits too often.
No, traditional here on the west coast of around Victoria, Vancouver Island, we usually wait for planting anything that we want to, carry on.
Yeah.
Until the May 24th weekend.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
tradition. And you take that weekend, and for us it's a holiday, and
Yes.
everybody goes out and plants all their vegetables then.
Yeah.
Except for their peas and maybe some early things like lettuce and stuff. But those are generally eaten by slugs and stuff,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Yes.
I used to do a lot of vegetable gardening. I remember chomping at the bit too.
Yeah.
And so I love putting in those sugar peas,
Yeah.
because you can put them in and they'll start no matter what.
what.
Loretta says, we're having rain all weekend. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you, Donovan Buxel. Good to be here as well. Looks like we've got not too many people here this morning. I think probably because there's no new stitch along
Maybe.
pattern.
Mhm.
People are thinking, well, I've got to go out in my garden.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Yes.
We've often noticed, like, we have been in this business for what? How many years? 25 years?
It's going to be 25 years in about a month. Yeah.
So we've been in the business for that long, and we've seen the continuous, like, ups and downs of people's ability and time and interest in stitching.
Yeah.
Because like just before Christmas, we thought it was going to be quiet because people had already done all their
Absolutely.
Christmas stitching.
Yes.
But no,
Yeah.
people get into more frenzy about
they,
stitching.
They do indeed.
And what else? Oh yeah, summertime, right around July, August,
Yeah.
the interest peaks again.
Yeah.
Starts to get going. In September, it's like wham! All of a sudden, everyone's stitching.
Exactly. But May, April and May.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's when we figure it's because people, in
Taxes.
general, the people who are doing the stitching are the women.
Yeah.
Mostly. There's some men, of course, but the women.
Yeah.
And their duties lie in keeping the house going and gardening.
Yeah.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Taxes is right.
Yeah,
That all has
taxes
to
is
take
another
its place.
thing.
That's right. And then there's, of course, all of the wonderful blooms that you're taking care of.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I were in a condo, I'd probably miss having a garden.
Yes. Yeah. Although a lot of condos now have spaces where the residents can garden. I know there's a condo close to where I live, and they have raised beds.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Raised, particularly.
Yeah, raised beds. And so people can, I don't know if they have to buy their portion, but
Yeah, they're allotted
Yeah.
a certain amount.
Hmm.
I don't know. Somehow it's just not as connected. When I
No,
mean,
no,
I'm
because you have to
very,
get in the elevator and go down. So yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm very like privileged in this world because I have an actual house
Yes.
that and that house has got a garden
A nice big yard. Yes.
and you have a
Yeah.
house and a
Yeah.
garden.
True.
And that doesn't always happen in everybody's life. Like
No.
60% of the people in Victoria are renting, and they're mostly renting
Yeah.
condos. I mean,
Yes.
that's all you can
Yeah.
get here almost,
Yeah.
unless you buy a single family home. And there are a lot of single family homes here around Victoria because this was the place where people came to be
Yeah.
retired.
Retired.
A lot, and
Yes.
still are.
Yes.
So retired people, though, don't have the energy to take care of large gardens anymore.
Yes.
So now they're moving
Yeah.
to condos,
Yeah.
right? And it's very interesting to see how the demographic changes the area. But we're lucky we have all these choices here, and there aren't that many places in the world where you have that. So thank you for giving us what we have so
That's
far.
true.
We're very lucky that way. Marty's here from Lake Placid, New York. We here usually don't seriously plant until Father's Day.
Huh?
No.
Wow.
The frost is usually done by then. May
Yeah.
24th is when we
Yeah.
do. I wonder when Father's Day is. That the second?
That's the third Sunday in June.
Why didn't they do that the
Yeah.
second Sunday?
Mhm.
Anyway, we still have winter frost in the ground. Haven't seen the worms yet. Oh, that's so interesting. Thank you, Marty. Anita says some people in condos have very lovely arrangements on their balconies.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And, it doesn't mean that being in a condo is a bad thing. It's just I've been really, I would miss having the
Yeah.
garden all around me. That's all. So anyway, we were wandering around last weekend. We were going to show you some models that have to do with our courses that we
Yes.
have on our website.
Yes.
And it's so important to remind people that our courses are still there.
Yeah.
Right now, they're going to be there until the end of June.
Yes.
And it's still just enough time to take one of our courses.
Yeah.
And so we've got some models from level 1 beyond cross stitch, and but we also have some spring models to show you.
Yes.
Because it's spring and
Yeah.
we have Mother's Day this weekend. Is there a Mother's Day in amongst the beyond cross stitch?
There is, of course.
Of course. Here it is.
There it is.
This is one of the models in the course.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm trying to straighten out the
okay.
ruffle.
It's okay. There is Happy Mother's Day. It doesn't take much to do. There's one specialty stitch all the way along around the outside, and then of course the same one here, but only singles. And they are what are they called? These specialty stitches? I've forgotten.
Those ones are
Sheaf stitch, I think.
Yes.
Right?
That is the sheaf stitch.
I managed.
That's right.
My brain is still functioning.
Yes.
Anyway, as far as the pillow is concerned, beautifully finished, I must say. And for some reason, there's a pink ribbon in behind, possibly.
To hang?
Oh, to hang. Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah,
someone
nice.
used it to hang?
Yeah, that could be what it is.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
For display purposes?
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so this one would be a really cute thing, very quick to make for your mother. And maybe when she's 93, she will have that on her bed, like my mom did. Anyway, this one's beautifully finished as far as like the window of this little bit of green around the outside, and then also the pink material on the outside. I just love this.
I love the pillow too. I love that fabric as well.
So we have one that actually says Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then we have some other ones that are to do with Mother's Day. And they are, well, the two of them that have something to do with mothers and daughters. They have to do also with grandmothers and grandchildren. And the first one is the grandmother, Child of My Child. It is a sampler that's really detailed and large. Are you off getting another model?
No, it fell on the floor, so I'm just picking it up.
That's okay. So this one's called Child of My Child, and as you can see, the top of it is quite detailed with regard to the stitches themselves. The stitches are 1/1. In other words, one fabric intersection. So you get the very petite kind of crosses or other kinds of stitches that are over one fabric thread. And so the top is really detailed looking and not like with back stitching. And then all the lettering is also 1/1. So this will take you a while to do, but I remember stitching this because I stitch all of my designs. I remember stitching this and thinking, this is so peaceful. The phrase and the poetry is lovely. The little bit of flowers in between is lovely. Child of my child, my own greatest treasure, being your grandma is a gift beyond measure. You filled my heart from the very first day as I learned about love in a forever way. I kind of made it up because I don't have grandchildren, and that's what I would have liked to have said to the ones that I don't have. If I had had one, I would definitely feel this very, very strongly, and I hope it resonates with you guys too. And then there's some little hearts in multicolored, and then all the grandchildren are there, all the imaginary grandchildren I could think of with their pets. Some lace, a beautiful alphabet with the word love in the middle, and some hearts on either side, rose hearts. Actually, this panel right here, this band, is one of my favorites. The colors of the flowers are just so cool. And then it says, love binds us deeply with laughter and tears. You can count on my love to last through the years. So it's a real heirloom to give to your grandchild. If you have grandchildren, maybe you can make one for one of your grandchildren, or for all of them for that matter, and leave it as a legacy. Because this is really an heirloom piece.
It is. Definitely is.
Yeah, and it makes me kind of, kind of sad.
Emotional.
Yeah, it kind of does actually, because a lot of my friends have grandchildren, and I see how much they mean to a grandmother to have these grandchildren. So I can understand vicariously through them what it feels like, and I can just imagine if I'd had a grandchild how I would have felt.
Yeah.
And because I do have children, but neither one of them is going to have a grandchild for me, so that's that. That's all there is to that. And then there is something called Mothers and Daughters, right? Is that what this
Mothers
one's
and Daughters,
called?
yes.
So at the very top, again, you have the same kind of heading with the 1/1 floral display up here. Then some beautiful bands, and then within the alphabet, it says daughter, love, mother, and then all the rest is the alphabet. So I've kind of used where the D is, I put daughter there. Where the L is, I put the word love, and where the M would go, I put the word mother, and it kind of fits. Everything fits nicely. Design-wise, it was kind of a coup because I was able to make it all work. And then there's a little heart of Hydrangea in the middle, very, very special. And then here we go. This is the verse that I made up. A special bond that spans the years through laughter, worry, smiles, and tears. A sense of trust that can't be broken. A depth of love at times unspoken. A lifelong friendship built on sharing, hugs and kisses, warmth and caring. That's how I feel about my daughters anyway. So I know that would maybe strike a chord with many of you. And look at these lovely bands down below. Each individual one is carefully chosen, carefully colored. So I hope that you can find all of the materials now that we no longer have ACPACs. I hope you can find the materials because the odd coloring in that one is what makes it special. And look, we have, let's see, Louise Fossa is here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? And Loretta says beautiful, which thank you.
For both of those, so
yes,
they're both beautiful.
Two beautifuls.
Yeah.
Thank you, Loretta. It's very nice of you to chime in because we actually only know you're there when you say something.
Absolutely.
When you chat to us. And Pat Henke says, good morning. I'm glad you're here, Pat.
And I should say, you were mentioning accessory packs. On our website right now, there are
yes,
a few accessory packs.
Remember we talked about this.
That's right, that are available. So I think we've got Christmas Village.
Only have a very few of those.
Very few. Heirloom Christmas, only a few.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Heirloom Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas Village. There's a little bit more, but we have both the main and the white and black one for that. And then Pumpkin Patch, we've only got a few.
Anyway, we have a few only, so we're telling you guys first.
Yeah, we're telling you first. And Trick or Treat Sampler is another one.
And Stitchin' Witches,
Stitchin' Witches and Thanksgiving Sampler. I think that
that's right. And you spent some time.
I spent a long time. Not some. long.
Well, she was doing the inventory. I know you know this from 2 weeks ago because she had done the same thing. And we said there were more coming. Well, they're now available online.
I have finally finished making all of them. It took forever. I'm
Yep.
not a kit maker.
And the people who were kit making for us did an amazing job because
Oh,
they were
yeah.
so quick.
They were so quick. Yeah, I was not quick. It took a long time.
But anyway, so they are now done and they're ready to go. So if you're interested in any of those, please go to our website now because I will be sending out an email for the general public
Absolutely.
after I do this live performance. Probably take me another, I don't know, half hour after that.
Yeah,
So by about
noon maybe.
Yeah, in another hour and a half, I think it should be sent out to people.
Mhm.
And that would mean that you guys would miss out. So if
Yeah.
if any of them are interesting to you, I would recommend
Absolutely.
take a moment and, even leave the chat for a minute or the live stream for a minute
And grab them while you can.
grab them while you can.
Especially heirloom Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I think we only have maybe one of each color.
Is that all
left.
that's left?
Yeah.
Because they've been up for a couple of hours, so
Yeah.
I guess they were found by someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do go check it out. And you got the heads up.
That's right. And we won't be making any more of any of those because I'm missing certain ingredients from each of them.
That's right. So far as we know,
That's
because
right.
don't forget, we keep finding stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, our stockroom is packed
Yeah.
with stuff. And yes, they were organized, but also we had previous people working for us.
Yes.
So sometimes they would stash stuff in boxes we didn't even know were there.
This is true.
Right? And then
I've discovered all sorts of things.
And partly that's another reason why we were able to make some more is because suddenly, we have this. I think we have enough to do the whole pack.
Absolutely.
What do you think? And then it turned out we did. So really sorry to say that we will never make them again because I think we have to just acknowledge the fact that we don't know what we're going to find next.
I don't know. Yes, I really don't know what I'm going to find next. I'm opening up boxes going, well, this is interesting.
Where did this come from?
Where did this come
Why
from?
did Kathleen put these there?
That's right.
What about Kathy?
Why
Where
did
she
we
think-
forget about these?
Hello, Tanya Kelly. That's so nice. And Pat says we had rain all week, sunny this weekend and coming week.
Oh,
Very nice for you.
Very nice.
Yeah, we hope we have the same kind of thing. And it looks to me like Tanya is very sunny right there in Arkansas. I'm saying it right. I always wanted to say Arkansas.
Yeah.
Because it's like Ark with a Kansas
The
at the end.
Kansas on it. Yeah.
I'm sure you hear people say that all the time. Anyway, so yes, thank you for that announcement. I kind of forgot about it because, of course, I wasn't the one making all the packs.
No. It was interesting, though.
You remember. I think the way you made them was very interesting. You had a sort of a thing set up where you could measure automatically. And cut.
That worked really well.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
That worked really well, I have to say.
Yeah?
But yeah. The cutting part wasn't the hard part. It was separating the threads and while I made the bundles.
Making the bundles, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Creating the bundles.
Yeah, or cutting the thread and, separating them in the right spot.
I have a funny feeling that our kit makers could have taught us a thing or two.
Yeah, they might have been able to.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, they were doing it way more quickly than we ever could.
Well, that's true. But, I'm also a little bit picky, too. So, yeah.
You are a little bit picky. That's true.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Because our work would not be as accurate without you. Seriously, I've said this all along. Just because you're a little picky doesn't mean you don't do excellent work. Anyway, so thank you all for being here. It looks like we've got 35 people. That's good.
That's good.
I guess you guys, the latecomers all came in from your gardens, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about gardens earlier, and I thought maybe you'd be out in the garden, and there you are. So we have more Beyond Cross Stitch.
We do.
And I think that I'm going to just show this
You're going to
angle
show that
here.
one first?
Well, no, we did Mother's Day, didn't we?
We did do Mother's Day.
And then we'll show you some spring stuff. And then we'll show you Beyond Cross Stitch.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
Or do we do Beyond Cross Stitch first and then a few spring stuff?
It doesn't matter to me.
Come on, you've got to make a decision.
I got to make a decision. Let's finish off the Beyond Cross Stitch.
Okay, we're going to do the Beyond Cross Stitch. Remember that we have courses that are available still in our academy. They will be available to whoever signs up until the end of June.
Yes.
So right now we have limited it to the end of June, but within the next couple of weeks, we'll know if we can continue going after the end of June, and I think we can. It's just a question of I haven't actually made the decision to move from the platform that we're using to another platform. And until we kind of know that, I don't want to give you the impression that it might not, that it might continue longer, that each course would continue longer after that. So if it does mean that if you sign up now, you could possibly be ending at the end of June or September, at the end of September. So
Yeah.
I'm
It would
thinking,
be 3 months.
I'm thinking we're going towards the end of September. But in any case, remember we still have them up, and they are so useful to people who have not done specialty stitches before.
The videos are awesome.
That's what I've heard. So we have them. We have them written. We have them displayed in this book. Which who did that for us? Michelin?
I think Michelin did, yeah.
Yeah, it was so nice. She was a scrapbooker, and so she said, well, I could put them into a scrapbook, and then you'll have the models like this. So she put I'm sorry for the
glare.
For the reflection, yeah. She put them in behind acid-free, construction
Cardstock?
paper? Yeah, exactly. And then she put the description in here, in this oval. I think she did an amazing job, really, when you think about it. So these are the actual patterns that you will get if you sign up for level 1. You will get the PDF, black and white PDF patterns for all of the 10 designs that are in this level 1. And these are the first 2, and then there's going to be 5 Christmas ones. And here is the other. Okay, I'm not doing very well here. Okay, here's the other 3 Christmas ones. I think that goes. We wish you a Merry Christmas, oh Christmas tree, and Silent Night. Sorry. Oh dear, this is really glary, isn't it? It's not so easy to see. And then we have the Christmas one, but this is called Christmas Rose, and I think that's level 2. So she's put all the Christmas ones together.
All the Christmas ones together. Yes, she has.
So do we not have the other ones?
They might be in another. Want me to go to the bookshelf?
Maybe that would be a good idea. Yeah. We can at least see if we have them there. Yeah, she's put all the Christmas ones in one scrapbook because they all match, which is very nice. But we should be able to see, thank you. We should be able to, there we are. We've got Happy Mother's Day on the first page. So we've got Happy Birthday. These are the 5 non-Christmas patterns in level 1 of Beyond Cross Stitch courses. There's the Happy Mother's Day again, which you've already seen a model of. And there we have Thinking of You with Love, Friends and Stitches, and Celebrate. And Forget Me Not, this one, is in level 2 because it's more about silk ribbon. Anyway, we also have, or rather, Lisa has found some actual models of these patterns.
That's right.
So you can see them better.
And they're finished in different ways. So the first one, I think, is this one, Thinking of You. Let's see if I can hold on to it. There we go.
So we see the front really well.
See the front.
And look at that.
Isn't
that the cutest box?
A little box.
Yeah.
It fits on there just like that.
I love that one.
I like this one too.
Yeah, and I like the what is it called? Moire?
Yeah.
Moire.
Yeah.
It's a fabric, that has a kind of a
ribbed.
It's a little bit ribbed, and it has its own pattern inside
Yeah.
it. Anyway, it is made from some cardboard box.
Yeah, I think this is from I can't remember the name of that company that had kits for making boxes.
And that was years and years ago.
Yeah.
But you can make these shapes. You can make a shape like this out of
just cardstock or 4-ply mat board.
4-ply mat board is what I was going to say, because the 4-ply mat board you can get is acid free, so that's what we would choose.
Definitely.
And in this case, you can see that the person who did the finishing, which I think was Yvonne in this case.
Yeah, Yvonne, I think, finished that one.
Yeah, there's a little bit of glue showing through. You can kind of see the pattern in there is kind of mottled, and I think that's because of the glue. So make sure that when you use glue on any of these boxes that you create, spread it out with a
nice and thin,
and spread it out with one of those brushes that you
Yes,
use.
sponge
Sponge
brush.
brushes, exactly. But the top is its own beautiful thing. Notice how she's done the top this way with mitered corners, and then she puts a separate piece of cardboard covered in the green moire again, so that cardboard fits inside the top and it doesn't move, which I think is really cute. Anyway, this is lovely. I love this. And this is one of the patterns in the course.
Yeah.
And you get those patterns when you sign up for the course.
Yes.
In other words, you get the PDFs as part of the course, all 10 PDFs.
Yes. And here's another one. This is Friends and Stitches, made into a pillow. Also with that moire. I think it might even be the same green.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Totally matching.
Totally matching. So there's that. And then...
Oh, Margaret Biggs Melanson says, one more has arrived. Me from Nova Scotia.
Hi, Margaret.
Hello. I'm so glad you said hello. It's really nice.
And these are a couple of sachets.
Okay.
And that one Celebrate and then Happy Birthday.
Well, they could be, instead of sachets, I think they could be gift bags.
They could be gift bags as well. So absolutely.
You imagine them actually not being fluffy like this, like a pillow.
Yeah.
You just take out that fluff and put stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then it's a gift bag, right?
Yes.
I just love that too. And both of these actually are good to use as gift bags, because if you're, for instance, graduating, you would use this one and put Celebrate, and then put a graduation gift like a gold pen or something in there. And this one is obvious. It's a happy birthday. So you can put chocolates in this one, wrapped carefully, so you don't wreck the stitching. Yeah. Oh, and there's a few more of the Christmas ones as well. So they're also really nice looking when they are finished as ornaments. Here's one right here, which is the Holly and the Ivy, one of the 5 that we showed you in the book. This looks really cute as an ornament. And there's one that's really cute as an ornament as well. And these look really nice on a tree because they're only this big. Like, they look big when I put them up like this, but they're at a level that we are. You can see how what the size of them are. About 3 inches, 3 and a bit. And so there's Old Christmas Tree. Very simple, but quite nice looking as an ornament.
And then angels.
Angels we have heard on high. So we made those, or I made those, designed those very, very simply so that people can learn to do specialty stitches along the outside. And of course, that is the actual thing you learned. The cross stitching, I assume that people who take these courses already know how to do cross stitch. That's why it's called Beyond Cross Stitch. So if you don't know how to do cross stitch, we have an introductory course on our website, and go into courses, and there you'll see one that says Introduction to Cross Stitching on Linen.
Yes.
And those of you who have only stitched on Ada, remember that you can also stitch the same things on linen, and then it progresses to being able to do those specialty stitches. Because you can't do them very well on linen, we have found, to our chagrin.
On Ada.
Sorry, can't do them very well on Ada. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're better on linen. Yeah.
They're so much easier on linen.
So much easier on linen.
I'm sure those of you who have been stitching on linen all along can't imagine why I'm even talking about that. Because Ada works really well for cross stitch.
Yes.
It really does.
It does.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is that once you've finished your piece, the surrounding fabric looks a little bit coarse.
Yeah.
So I like the linen smoother look myself. But the actual stitching on Ada is like heaven.
Yeah.
You don't have to pierce anything. You don't have to worry about anything. You just follow the little squares all the way along. It's awesome. And it's great to teach young children.
Yes.
To stitch on Ada. And I heard about it one time. Ada was created, it was invented by the Zweigart Company, believe it or not, at the beginning of the 20th century, around about the I'm going to hazard a guess, 1905 or 1910 or something in that neighborhood. And they did it because cross stitch just suddenly became this wildly popular thing. And I think that the people that really wanted to cross stitch, they wanted to cross stitch more easily. Like they didn't want to have to count all the
Excuse me.
threads on a linen. So anyway, the Zweigart company produced this Aida cloth made of pure cotton, so there wasn't any linen involved. It was easier to deal with, and it became much more inexpensive for people. So cross stitch took over the world for a short time after they created that Aida cloth. I had no idea it was the Zweigart company in Germany that did that.
That did that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that either.
And
Yeah.
that it has only been since they
Yeah.
wove that in their big fabric mills, because they had these mills to make other kind of even weave cloth. That since they started making those, and other people also started making them.
Yes.
Other companies, but they're the ones who invented it, which is fascinating. I'm just going on, aren't I? Sorry.
No, you're not.
Okay, so we have one more thing, is we have a few spring things, and we couldn't not show them.
Exactly. And Loretta, I agree. I learned on Aida too, but yes, I definitely enjoy stitching on linen now. Yeah, I can't imagine stitching on Aida actually. Yeah.
No, it's just you start to see how easy it is to stitch on linen once you've tried it.
Yeah.
And you've kind of persisted through the counting
part.
Then it becomes like your eye just suddenly, it would not be able to not see it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you get so used to it. And I too love it. And here is Hydrangea House, which is one of our spring featured models this morning on linen. And this one is fun, and really
is a really fun piece to stitch. The colors are just the blues. I enjoyed stitching.
We like blue.
We do like
I don't
blue.
know how many times you've come to
I wear a lot of blue.
Stitch Along Friday without blue.
Yeah, I wear a lot of blue.
So
I'm a denim girl.
Look at you, you're matching.
Yeah,
see?
matching.
If you look in the TV
Yeah,
there.
oh yeah. Pretty much the same color.
Yeah, anyway, so all of the hydrangeas are fairly easy to do. These ones are done with knots, with French knots, and then of course there are some contrasting over dye here, which makes it look a little bit more friendly and more, I don't know, spring-like. So it's not all blue. And as you can see, Hydrangea House, and then there's the garden down below. Oh, I love that garden. That really, with the path going both ways, it's just adorable. And notice how I put the flag in here, an American flag, mainly because I notice when I'm down in the States that many single family homes have a flagpole outside.
Yeah.
You guys display your flags so often compared to us.
Yes.
In Canada, like we saw one the other day, Richard and I were driving around and I saw a flagpole and I went, oh, there's a flagpole.
There's a flagpole. You don't see it often. I mean, we've seen more flag waving lately due to the protesters, but
yeah,
that's a whole different story.
I don't think that has much to do with pride.
I don't think it has much to do with, Canada pride or anything like that.
Or nationalism. Yeah. Anyway, so I just love the fact that you guys do that. So I put that into a couple of my designs. It's just like the idea. You go through the countryside, you drive through. I did some driving through with my friend Sue Donnelly, and she would drive me through, and I would look at all the houses, and at least half people had a flag showing, either a pole or the window pole sticking out, and it looked so friendly and kind of small town to me. Hydrangea House is gorgeous, says Karen Krause. Thank you. Of course, you love hydrangeas. They are so easy to grow, aren't they? At least they are here. We just cut them down in the fall. In the fall.
And then they're back up the next spring.
And then as long as you give them a little bit of food, they just don't mind at all. And apparently the color changes
depending on the soil.
The soil pH.
Yeah.
I think if your pH is acidy, it'll go blue, or maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Pink when it's not blue, when it's alkaline.
Yeah.
Tricia says, except if you have deer. I have lots of deer.
Yeah.
They don't eat all my hydrangeas.
Yeah.
Maybe you have more deer than we do, Tricia, here in Victoria. Anita says, I have one friend who has a flag hanging on his house, and it's nice to see. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess maybe where I was when I was driving through and seeing all these flagpoles was the East Coast. And it was in New Hampshire area and Massachusetts and this kind of the New England, I think, states. And I think there's a bit more of that historical reference there. People will have that. Karen Krause says, yes, hydrangeas are easy and require little care. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think if you go up a little bit, Margaret had a question there.
Really? Margaret, where are you? Where are you?
Where are you? A little bit. There
Here.
we go.
What is the difference between linen and an even weave, or are they one and the same? Well, that's a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah.
A linen can be an even weave, but linen is made of the linen fibers that are actually created from flax. So linen, actually, if you say linen, you really mean an even weave that is made from flax.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's simple as that. It's organic. It's not made of a man-made fiber like rayon or Teflon.
Yeah.
There's other man-made fibers, and
It's
usually
got little nubs in it.
correct,
Yeah.
because it's organic.
Yeah.
There's stuff in it that happens when they're actually spinning
Spinning.
it and carding it and creating them into fibers that are made into the linen fabric. So we call it linen fabric. If you're looking at an even weave fabric, you could be looking at a linen fabric, because even weave just refers to the fact that the weave is as even as they can get it. In other words, it's as many threads this way for a certain amount per inch, and it's the same amount this way per inch. So that's all the word even weave means. But in the needlework industry, they have taken to calling even weaves man-made fibers. So it's still an even weave, just like the linen would be, but it's made of man-made fibers. And I honestly don't know what kind of fibers they use.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like Lugana is an even weave, but it is a man-made fiber, and I'd have to look it up and see. It could be rayon that it's made of. I'm not 100% sure, but all the strands or the fiber threads are all the same width.
Yeah, there's no slubs, there's no imperfections. It's all very perfect. And of course, a lot of people like them because they're easier or different to dye. They don't, the dyes don't vary too much. For instance, if you're dyeing a linen, it could take the dye differently the next time you get a different kind of linen. Whereas man-made fibers, if you're making Lugana, or Murano, there's a variety of different names for these even weaves. Once you have that, you can dye them much more easily in the factory. So you don't have to worry too much about the dye not taking, right? So what it's made of usually is cotton, a cotton base, and then a man-made fiber as well. So it's not all man-made. Yeah. It's not like all rayon or anything like that. But it's cotton usually as a base. So linen is an even weave, but an even weave isn't necessarily a linen.
That's
well
correct.
Said.
Yeah.
Very well said, Margaret. Exactly right. So when people, it's just general usage in the needlework industry now is, if you're going to use linen, it's not necessarily going to be, if you're going to use linen, it's made of linen or flax. And if you're going to use an even weave, it could be flax made, or it could be even, cotton mixed with man-made fibers. Yeah. And even weave now means that. In everyday parlance, if you say even weave, you generally mean that it's not going to be made of any flax. A lot of people who are doing cross-stitch hate flax-based actual linen. And I mean with a passion, because they want things to be so perfect, and they don't want to like be stitching over anything rough, like a little piece of flax. Or where the linen thread has been, spun, and some of it's very thin and some of it's thicker. But what I've really noticed when you have that is, as soon as you start cross stitching over even the very thinnest and the thickest, you take it, 3 steps away, and it all evens out. So I've never worried about whether or not the actual linen thread is uneven and has slubs in it. I love that, actually. It looks very organic. And Lugana is cotton usually. I only just grabbed a package of Lugana that's 100% Irish linen and no slubs. Interesting. Exactly. Let's see. Excellent description. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Marty says, linen isn't always an even weave, though, because the threads can be different thickness due to the fact that it is linen. It's still woven in an even weave fashion if it's meant for stitching. You can also get a linen skirt some linen
Mhm.
material at the
Mhm.
material store
Mm-hmm.
isn't necessarily an even weave. It's
Yeah.
just
Linen.
linen
It's just, yeah.
woven out
Yeah.
of flax, yes. But it's usually much more tightly woven, and it's meant for, you know, a blouse, or, you know, or some maybe some cotton,
Mhm.
some linen pillows on your couch or something like that. So we're just talking about the linen that's meant for stitching on,
Stitching. Yeah.
for even weave stitching. Okay. And Marty, you're absolutely right. It's not always even weave.
Yeah.
And we've just described all about the threads having different thicknesses, but that does not affect the even weave aspect of it,
Mhm.
just so you know. Okay, we have one more spring model.
Mhm.
Want to show?
And this is Spring Garden. And I was going to bring mine. I actually had it all packed up in the box, ready to go.
What happened?
I had it sitting by my purse. I put on my shoes, grabbed my purse, grabbed my work bag, and forgot the other thing on the floor.
You mean the thing that was containing all your finishing?
My nice, plastic container. I had the
We were
spring
so
garden in
looking
it.
forward to
I
it.
had There's No Place Like Home in it. I had the Easter egg hunt, which I had material pinned on it.
I guess we'll have to wait till next week.
I guess so. Maybe by next week I'll actually have something sewn on it. So
It happens.
anyways.
I mean, you do your, you know,
Yeah.
your morning preparation to come here. You've done it for 25 years, for goodness sake.
Absolutely.
And if anything extra has to be taken with you, it's hard to remember.
Well, yeah, and you know what's the funny thing is I thought to myself, do I need to take it? And I went, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
And then?
I didn't.
No. Tricia says, I have found 28 count linen is not quite 28 in both directions. And it's absolutely true. It's not always exact. And that happens with even weaves too.
Yeah.
Because the even weave idea is usually it's a little longer than it is wide.
That's right. That's why you should always cut the length of any piece along the selvage edge.
Yes. So if your piece is long and narrow, make sure the selvage edge is on the side. And if
Yeah.
your piece is horizontal shape, make sure your linen is, or your edge is on the side, your selvage.
Yeah.
Because of that anomaly. And that anomaly, they try to get rid of it, but unfortunately they can't. And it happens with even weaves and with linen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much information.
Yeah.
Hello, Norma Farrow. Wanted to wish every mother out there a happy Mother's Day.
Very nice.
You're absolutely right. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning because we were talking about mothers and how much we love them.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa still has her mom, and
I do.
she's up in Port Alberni. Are you going to phone her, or are you going to see her?
No, I'll phone her. Yeah, I don't think I'll be heading up that way this weekend.
Are you going to send flowers?
No.
No. You don't send flowers?
No.
Are you going to send her an email with Happy Mother's Day card in it?
Probably not.
It's the way it is.
She gets a call. That's about it.
She's lucky.
Yeah.
Some people don't get a call.
Yeah, no, she gets a call, and that's about as far as I go with the celebration of Mother's Day.
Margaret, that's a very good question again. What if you buy it in a package, which does happen, and there doesn't seem to be any salvage edges left on the fabric? You have to do the best you can, but what you can do is you can take your ruler, make sure there's no markings on it, and count alongside an inch, or even 2 if you want to, and make sure that this is longer, so the selvage will be on the edge. So 28 will probably fit into 1 inch, but this way it'll be short.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Or 28 might not quite fit in an inch, and this would be an inch. So it's always a little, takes a little bit more of a measurement this way. Does that make sense? So you can check it yourself that way. And if it's not the right thing and it's slightly skewed, honestly, it doesn't make much difference. Yes, I agree. Very good questions. Margaret is good at questions. Okay, and we have one more little guy.
Yeah.
Just wanted to show you the lilacs because we've got lilacs outside.
We do.
And
Yes, the lilacs are blooming.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So this is actually in level 2 beyond cross stitch, and it is a model because we wanted to show that you can make it into a needle or pincushion or a needle book.
Needle book.
Sorry, I didn't say that right. This is felt. This time it's not made of wool, but generally use felt.
Yeah, the felt that I would use for a needle book would be a wool-based felt.
exactly.
Because then the needles won't rust. But
That's right. So see, another way you can use these beyond cross stitch. All the beyond cross stitch are the same size. So these are just various different ways that you can finish each of the designs that comes in the course.
yes.
You can buy these designs separately also, I believe, on our website. Just look under patterns and look under Beyond Cross Stitch. And you can only buy them as a PDF now. They're no longer in kits.
Yes,
in kit form.
that's true. There's no finishing instructions, however.
Nope. No finishing instructions. You'll have to do that yourself. We do have some finishing instructions online, but not too many.
Not too many, not in regards to changing the Beyond Cross Stitch into the pillow or whatever. But
Exactly. And Loretta says, and lilacs smell so good.
they do indeed.
We have one bush at the back there near our bedroom windows. I think I talked about it last weekend. I talked about it because it's so wonderful. We have our bedroom windows open and it just wafts in as we sleep.
Yeah, and then there's one right where I park my car.
But it's not very scented.
It is.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe I just don't go out there.
You don't go out the front that way.
No, I don't go out to the parking lot.
Yeah.
Norma says Rochester is a yearly festival, a lilac festival, which is amazing. Norma, I had no idea there were places that did that. I'd have to go.
Yeah.
That sounds so wonderful. Do you go all the time, Norma? I'm sure you do. It must be wonderful to do that. And the whole place would smell so beautiful.
It would. Absolutely.
I think I like it
it's
better.
like the lavender festival.
Yes. Oh, that would be awesome too. We have huge lavender farms out here.
We do. Yeah.
What else I was going to say is Norma and I, my friend Norma and I, went to Butcher Gardens 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is, I'm sure those
Has it
of you
been 2
have,
weeks already?
I think so. Maybe last weekend. Anyway.
Anyways.
No, it was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was before Richard came home. Anyway, it was time for the, what do you call those things that, they're bulbs. They're not hydrangeas.
Tulips?
Nope, not daffodils, not tulips, and there's other ones, and they sound a little bit like hydrangeas. Oh no, now I can't remember. Hyacinths. Thank you. They start with an H. Anyway, they had, those of you who have been to Butcher Gardens, visited in Victoria and been there, you know what they smell like, because this is the time you would have come to one of our retreats. Anyway, it brought me back so many times that we walked along, and we would walk along the beginning part of Butcher Gardens, and there's literally like it looks like acres. It's not quite. It's like maybe an acre of only hyacinths in all different colors. And the scent, just like if the sun comes out, it's like a perfume city. It's really beautiful. Dorothy's been working in her garden. Say. Dorothy, you have no idea. I went on and on at the beginning of our live stream here today. And I said, well, we kind of thought that people might be in their gardens. And there you are. Thank you for, making us feel like we were right.
Yeah. A lot of people are. Should we do an angel card today?
We should. Now that Dorothy's here, we can do one for sure.
That's what made me think of it. And Dorothy, you're the angel.
Okay, so this one is for Dorothy and everyone else on Mother's Day. Need to say that our festival starts today. Oh, Norma, I hope that many, many people who live in your neighborhood go and visit. Okay, your chance. Okay. She's gonna read it out for you.
There we go.
This is your angel card, everyone, and also Dorothy.
Everything is here for you, waiting to be received.
That's something that's really hard for me to remember, because I'm always thinking of what to do on the outside and give to other people. But that's really important. And besides, receiving is something that takes a little bit of like self-control. It's not the being grateful that's the issue, but waiting for something to come to you instead of doing it yourself. Yeah. That is a beautiful, beautiful card.
It was good.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, everyone, this is the end of our little session.
It's time to get on with the day.
Yeah, we have so many things that we want to do. My course is coming along. I'm very happy to say.
Yes, it is.
With your help.
Absolutely.
It's just, we're working on the workbook now, and it's just looking so good.
Yep.
Can hardly wait. And we'll let you know. And don't forget, those of you who are latecomers, Lisa announced at the beginning, near the beginning,
that we have a few ACT packs available.
You might want to say which one.
We have, very limited quantities of Heirloom Christmas in both the pink and teal and the red and green.
Mhm.
We have a Christmas Village, the main pack, and the white and black floss
Mhm.
pack. We have a Pumpkin Patch Farm, a Trick or Treat sampler, Stitch and Witches, including the black floss pack, and Thanksgiving sampler. And I think I got all of them.
I think you did too. Those are 6 main designs. So she's just said them. I will be sending out an email probably within the next half hour to an hour to other people that don't come here. So if any of you who are here now want one of those, please go grab it now.
Yeah, because they're limited quantities.
Yeah, as last time, I think they lasted for half an hour after I sent out the email.
Yes.
So happy Mother's Day to all of you. Those of you who are
Definitely.
mothers, and those of you who are mothers of pets, and those of you who have mothers. All of us deserve a whole bunch of recognition for the care
Yes.
that we give to all of our loved ones. So happy Mother's Day to you, to your mom,
To my mom.
to my mom in
Yes.
heaven,
Yep.
and to me, because I'm a
Yeah.
mom also.
That's true.
And to you, oh yes, you're a fur baby mom.
I'm a fur baby mom. Yes.
Absolutely, very important.
Yeah.
I hope that all of you have a great weekend. See you next week.
Bye-bye.